Imagine a scenario of immaculate snow, majestic peaks rising to the sky, and the crisp, pure air of the Swiss Alps. It's in this challenging yet inspiring environment that the legend of the Saint Bernard dog is born, a dog that transcends the idea of a simple pet to become a symbol of heroism, loyalty, and unwavering gentleness. Our story begins centuries ago, not in luxurious kennels, but in one of the most inhospitable and vital locations in the Alps, the Great Saint Bernard Pass. This mountain pass, situated over 2,400 meters, 7,874 feet above sea level, has been a crucial route for travelers, merchants, and pilgrims for millennia, connecting Switzerland to Italy. However, its stunning beauty conceals deadly dangers, avalanches, sudden snowstorms, and glacial temperatures. It was here, around the 11th century, that the Great Saint Bernard Monastery was founded by Saint Bernard of Menthon. The objective was simple, but vital, to offer shelter and aid to travelers facing the harsh mountain conditions. And it is in this context that the dogs entered the scene. The monks quickly realized they needed assistance for their rescue missions. They began breeding large and robust dogs, probably descendants of mastiffs brought by the Romans, which adapted perfectly to the rigorous climate and arduous work. These primitive dogs were not exactly the Saint Bernards we know today. They were more agile, with shorter coats, but already possessed the strength, keen sense of smell, and endurance necessary for rescue work. Their mission was clear: patrol the paths, locate lost or buried travelers in the snow, and guide them back to the monastery. Over time, the reputation of these dogs grew exponentially. They were true guardian angels in the mountains. One of the most famous, if not the most famous, Saint Bernard in history is Barry. Born in 1800, Barry is credited with saving between 40 and 100 lives during his 12 years of service at the monastery. His bravery and dedication were legendary. It is said that he found a frozen boy in an ice crevice, warmed him, and carried him back to the monastery, saving him from certain death. Barry's story is so impactful that, even after his death, his body was preserved and is on display at the Natural History Museum in Bern, Switzerland, as an eternal tribute to his heroic lineage. The name Saint Bernard only became popular in the mid-19th century. Before that, they were known as monastery dogs, holy dogs, or Barry's dogs. It was also around this time that the breed began to be taken out of the Alps, to other parts of Europe and the world, where breeders began to refine their characteristics, seeking not only aptitude for work but also beauty and temperament. It was the crossing with the Newfoundland that brought the long and dense coat that many associate with the Saint Bernard today. Although this long coat is magnificent, it proved less practical for work in the mountains, as snow would accumulate and form blocks of ice. For this reason, the monks of the monastery continued to prefer short-haired dogs for rescue. However, the long-haired variety became incredibly popular as a companion dog. Now, just a small pause to ask you to like, subscribe, and share. This helps us reach more people with our content. Now let's talk about physical characteristics. The Saint Bernard is a giant-sized breed, and its dimensions are impressive. Males, generally between 70 and 90 centimeters, 27.5 to 35.5 inches, tall at the withers, from the ground to the shoulder. Females, slightly smaller, varying from 65 to 80 centimeters, 25.5 to 31.5 inches. Weight, males, can weigh from 64 to 120 kilograms, 141 to 265 pounds, with some examples exceeding this mark. Females, vary from 54 to 64 kilograms, 119 to 141 pounds. Body structure, they have a powerful, muscular, and well-proportioned body. The torso is robust, the chest broad, and the back firm. This structure was developed to withstand the harsh alpine conditions and rescue work. Head, it is one of their most striking characteristics. Large, voluminous, and imposing, proportionate to the rest of the body. The skull is broad and lightly arched, with a well-marked stop, depression between the eyes and muzzle. The muzzle is wide and substantial, eyes, medium to large in size, expressive, usually dark brown to hazel in color. They may have a slight droop in the lower eyelid, which contributes to their friendly and often melancholic expression. Ears, medium-sized, set high, triangular, and pendulous, falling laterally close to the head. Tail, broad at the base and tapers towards the tip. It is carried low, but may curl slightly over the back when the dog is excited or alert. Temperament. Their temperament is, without a doubt, what makes the Saint Bernard such a beloved and sought-after pet. Despite their size, which can be intimidating to some, they are true gentle giants. They are extremely affectionate and loving with their family. They love being close to their guardians and are known for their unwavering loyalty. One of their most notable qualities is their patience, especially with children. They are often called nannies due to their ability to handle playtime and the enthusiasm of little ones. They rarely lose their composure. They are calm and balanced, possessing a serene and tranquil disposition. They are not hyperactive dogs, preferring a more laid-back lifestyle indoors. Provided their daily exercise needs are met, they are protective, but not aggressive. Their size and deep bark are enough to intimidate strangers. They have a natural protective instinct towards their family, but are rarely aggressive without provocation. They are wary of strangers, but once they perceive there is no threat, they generally accept them. They are intelligent and eager to please, learning commands with ease. However, they can be a bit stubborn at times, so training should be consistent, positive, and start early. They respond very well to positive reinforcement and the desire to please their guardians, not excessive barkers. Unlike some breeds, the Saint Bernard does not bark excessively. They bark when they feel the need, whether to alert about something or to get attention. Coat and care. The Saint Bernard has a double and dense coat, adapted to protect it from the extreme cold of the mountains. There are two coat varieties: short coat, smooth coat, or stock haar. The outer layer is dense, soft, well closed, and with thick hairs. It has an abundant and very soft undercoat. The tail's coat is dense. Requires weekly brushing to remove loose and dead hairs and prevent matting. Long coat. The outer coat is smooth, of medium length. It also has an abundant and soft undercoat. The hairs on the face and ears are shorter, but over the hips and croup, they can be slightly wavy. They have abundant feathering on the forelegs and what we call culottes on the thighs. The tail is well feathered, requires more brushing attention than the short-haired variety. Brushing a few times per week, ideally 2 to 3 times, is recommended to prevent tangles and mats, especially in areas with more hair. During shedding season, twice a year, daily brushing may be necessary. Coat colors. The main color of the Saint Bernard is white with patches in shades of reddish-brown, which can vary from light to dark, including brown and brindle. The patches can be larger or smaller, or form a continuous mantle over the back and flanks. White markings are mandatory in certain areas, such as the chest, paws, tail tip, a strip on the muzzle, and a stripe on the head. A dark mask on the face is desirable. Other coat and hygiene care. Saint Bernard's drool. Their facial conformation and pendulous lips make them prone to this, especially after drinking water or when excited. It's something to get used to and have cloths handy. Baths do not need to be frequent, unless the dog is very dirty. Excessive bathing can remove the natural oils from the coat. Regular cleaning of the eyes and ears is important to prevent infections, especially due to the conformation of the eyelids and ears. Despite their dense coat for cold, the Saint Bernard suffers a lot from heat. In warm climates, it's crucial to ensure they have access to shade, abundant fresh water, and avoid strenuous exercise during the hottest parts of the day. They prefer milder or colder climates. Like all large breeds, Saint Bernards are subject to certain health conditions, such as hip and elbow dysplasia, heart problems, and gastric torsion. A quality diet, moderate exercise, and regular veterinary visits are crucial to ensure a long and healthy life for these giants. The life expectancy of a Saint Bernard is approximately 8 to 10 years, a period they fill with unconditional love, companionship, and a warm presence that illuminates any home. Having a Saint Bernard is a unique experience, but it requires responsibility and preparation. Due to their size, they need space. A secure yard is ideal, but the most important thing is that they live indoors, with the family, as they are dogs that need social interaction. Today, the Saint Bernard is not just a rescue dog in the mountains, although its heroic lineage is always remembered. It has become a beloved companion dog around the world, a symbol of strength, kindness, and dedication. Whether in the warmth of a family home or on the icy slopes of the Alps, the Saint Bernard continues to be a living testament to the unbreakable bond between humans and dogs, a gentle giant that reminds us of the beauty of loyalty and courage. In summary, the Saint Bernard is a magnificent companion that brings much joy and love to a home. Its imposing beauty is equaled only by its gentle and patient nature, making it an extraordinary family dog. And so, every time you see the image of a Saint Bernard, with its brandy barrel around its neck, a more folkloric than practical image in rescues, but iconic, remember its rich history, its noble purpose and, above all, the immense heart that beats beneath that soft coat. They are, in fact, the true guardians of the Alps, and today, guardians of our hearts. To continue receiving tips and useful information like this, please like this content, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the news, and share it with those who might also benefit. Your interaction helps the content reach more people.